Watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. It's not as hot as it has been earlier this week, but it's still hot enough. It's a DMV first warn day. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us now. Latest check on the forecast. Damon, I don't know if that's considered good news or not.
It's a little bit of good news, Mark, but I think we'd all agree we'd love to see this heat completely go away. We don't just want the lower end of it, but unfortunately here, folks, yes, that heat and humidity is going to be sticking with us this afternoon. We don't have any extreme heat warnings like we've had at times over the last few days, but a heat advisory does remain across nearly the entire DMV until 7 p.m. as we are still likely to see heat index values up into the triple digits, and that's what matters the most. That feels like temperature is what your body is going to experience. So if you're going to be out for any length of time this afternoon, continue to take those precautions. Stay hydrated. Give yourself plenty of breaks from the sunlight if you can. Now, on top of the heat and humidity, like yesterday, we have a renewed chance for some afternoon thunderstorms. Some of them could be slow moving, produce some heavy rainfall. So a flood watch has been put out here for the DC Metro and up and down the I-95 corridor. That only goes until 3 p.m. As storms do bubble up here early in the afternoon, they'll be slow moving at first, but as they start to move along by 4 or 5 p.m., that flood risk should start to go down. But nonetheless, those are the two things we need to pay attention to. We have the heat and humidity. Air temps today are still likely to climb into the middle 90s with that feels like temperature up closer to 105. And then those storms will start to bubble up. Yes, they'll cool us off, but we have to watch out for those through the end of the day. So we'll have a better timing on these storms for you, and when temperatures will actually take a decent drop coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And the worst of the heat, perhaps this week behind us now, but that didn't make us feel any better about the stifling temperatures and that suffocating humidity. It's been a struggle this past 3 days to stay cool and to stay healthy. And you can stay on top of everything heat related by scanning the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the DC News Now weather page for the latest conditions. A big change is coming to Metro. Bus routes starting Sunday. Some neighborhoods will see entirely new bus routes and names as part of WMATA's Better Bus Network initiative. And DC News Now's Jan Marie says she spoke to Metro riders as they prepare for the updated routes.
Now, most people who depend on Metro bus services to get to school, work, and everywhere in between are used to taking a specific bus number and route. But come Sunday, that will change. Pamphlets are being passed out, signs are up, and some riders have mixed feelings about the change.
I do not like it, and they need to keep it the same way.
It is what it is with me.
Metro bus riders are not too excited about Metro's new bus changes. Thelma Sweetney says she rides the bus every day, and this change will definitely be an adjustment.
I don't really like it, but you know, change is good, and I'll have to learn to deal with it.
Changes from WMATA's Better Bus Network will begin Sunday. And Metro employees spent Thursday morning informing riders about the big change, which includes more frequent bus service on core routes and simplified stops, and also brand new names. Routes will now start with letters based on the area they serve, like A for Arlington and Alexandria, C for Crosstown, or D for Downtown for DC, F for Fairfax City, Fairfax County, and Falls Church, M for Montgomery County, and P for Prince George's County. And limited stop routes will have an X at the end of their names.
I'll be ready for Monday, but I'll work with it.
Then the changes will begin on Sunday, and to find your new bus route, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. For some people who take Montgomery County Ride-On or Prince George's County the bus, you can expect some changes in the next week as well. Reporting in Southeast, I'm Jan Marie Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Jan Marie, thank you. In Maryland, Governor Wes Moore is implementing a hiring freeze on government employees in an effort to save money. Well, he's also offering voluntary buyouts and is eliminating vacant positions. The governor says that over $2 billion has been cut from the 2026 budget. Republicans say that he should have done something sooner.
Less than a week ago, the governor announced that he was spending $400 million on pet projects throughout the state. And then a couple of days later, we're now having to make tough decisions related to our state's workforce.
The most important thing here is that people that are doing the work now, people that have positions, are not going to be affected by this in any way. That was our number one priority, to make sure that the people of Maryland continue to receive the services that they need.
Well, the hiring freeze will go into effect Tuesday, July 1st, and the details of the buyouts will be announced in the coming weeks. The Trump administration is filing an unusual lawsuit suing some Maryland judges who ruled against the president. The suit is against several judges who blocked President Trump's efforts to immediately remove any detained immigrants who request a court hearing. The judge is saying that ICE cannot deport immigrants until they have their due process. The administration says that the automatic pause violates a Supreme Court ruling and impedes on the president's authority to enforce immigration laws. Well, a significant loss in the district. The Department of Housing and Urban Development is moving to Northern Virginia. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin making that announcement. HUD's 2,700 employees are headed to the building in Alexandria. Now, the head of the agency says that the current space in the district is old and a hazard.
This move also signifies a prioritization of health, safety, and well-being for our HUD workforce. And I would hope that no leader in government or otherwise would expect staff to work every day in an atmosphere where the air quality is questionable, leaks are nearly unstoppable, and the HVAC is almost unworkable.
Well, the union representing the federal workers say that the move is to give the HUD secretary a new office while displacing 2,000 workers from the National Science Foundation who currently occupy the building. And the Virginia Department of Health is investigating another potential measles exposure. They confirmed that a measles case at Dulles Airport last Thursday. Health officials say the person with measles was at the following places on your screen that day. Health officials say that if you were at those places and you're not vaccinated, call your doctor and be on the lookout for symptoms. And Prince George's County is getting a fresh new look. County Executive Aisha Brayboy announcing her new beautification plan, and it focuses on litter and street cleaning around the county. And the county will have more street sweepers and crews working into the weekend to help bring the cleaner vision to light.
The first step in that is to ensure that our roads and our streets are beautiful as the people who live in the county.
DPW says the county will be broken into 24 sweeping zones to efficiently get the streets clean. When the district DC Council could be pulling the deal for the new Commander Stadium from the 2026 budget, instead opting to vote on it as a standalone piece of legislation. Chairman Phil Mendelson introducing the legislation on Friday, and DC News Now's Mariel Carbone tells us what it means for the proposed stadium.
It is no surprise we're seeing this. Chairman Phil Mendelson has said that he intended to separate it out this way, and council members have said that they wanted to slow down the process. So now this legislation really just acts on that notion. Now, the bill itself, the legislation, doesn't make any substantial changes to the deal. It's still a $4 billion project, with D.C. contributing $1 billion in total. The funding for it, it'll remain in the budget for 2026. But by separating the language of the deal out of the budget and into its own piece of legislation, it gives council the time and opportunity to hold a public hearing and really do more due diligence. Councilmember Kenny McDuffie, a co-sponsor on this bill, reassuring people that this does not jeopardize the deal.
Deal done. I'd love to have this deal done before the Commanders, start their season, but the council has a process, and anybody who cares about the stewardship of DC taxpayer dollars should support what we're doing right now.
And currently, council's budget office and its consultants are doing various studies on the deal, including an economic impact study, risk assessment, and stadium comparisons. Those should be completed by early to mid-July for consideration. Now, this standalone piece of legislation, it's expected to be discussed on July 1st, but the timeline beyond that is unclear. We know that the Commanders want this deal voted on for at least the first time by July 15th. I did reach out to the Commanders, and a spokesperson tells me that they're hopeful that council can continue to work on this deal in an expedited manner. Reporting from the Wilson Building, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Mariel, thank you. In the Shenandoah Valley, some exciting news for neighborhood revitalization with the help of a $4 million economic development grant. Well, the abandoned shopping center in the Cedar Valley Design District will be rebuilt. It will feature a new supermarket, mixed-use retail space, and affordable housing units for the community. Now, the ground was broken yesterday, and the project should be completed by the end of the year.
It brings a grocer, a mainline grocer, Publix, into an area that's a food desert.
We've raised our kids here and families, so we really are excited about seeing the future of Winchester.
Well, Winchester's mayor says the project is the first of 5 neighborhood revitalization initiatives to be launched this year.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
NASA launching a rocket from Wallops Island in Virginia this morning. It's for the Rock On mission. Now, the sounding rocket launched 5:30 this morning. The rocket is also carrying dozens of student experiments.